my pony, now saddle up my black mare. Oh, my pony, saddle up my black mare. You know, I'm gonna find my baby well in the world somewhere. Right or wrong, you know nothing because I'm black. I'm gonna beg you to take me back, no babe. Was that right or wrong? I'm going in the spring. I got messed from shaking that thing, now babe. Was that right or wrong?
More cultural norms, like my grandmother always wanted to feed lunch to whoever was working on the place at the time, and so like the black people would sit on the porch to eat, but didn't come in the house to eat. So that was, you know, like a cultural norm at that time.
Was that right or wrong? This is Sunhouse, and Leroy Williams is going to play you a little piece here at Lake Common, Mississippi. How about it? Bust a biscuit, that son.
Millsap saw to it that it should be multicultural and it should be a full program. So that's when I started here, and that was in 1992. I always thought that talking to one another, talking to people who are different, that's a part of making it different, making a difference. So I started off with MCA Diversity Group from day one in 1992. Because Millsaps is in Mississippi, the Deep South, we have a history of separation. So automatically, when you come to Millsaps, you don't just necessarily feel that, whereas other schools you might feel it, you might feel that separation. But in addition to that, there's an effort made on this campus that promotes the diversity. There's an effort in faculty and in the classes, what's going on with classes. There's an effort in student life, what's going on there. There's an effort in admissions in all areas and arenas of Millsap. So I think that might heighten where we are in terms of our diversity.
Okay, I'm Heather Campbell. I'm from Belfast in Northern Ireland. I'm a business major with a psychology minor, and my favorite color is blue.
You
didn't really have to say your favorite. Right, okay.
We can cheek.
I'm Justin Gudger. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, which is here in the United States. And what else? I'm a music and English major. I'm 19 and my favorite color is red. Well, outside of Millsaps, yeah, we do get looks and whatnot. I think on campus, I mean, everybody basically knows who's dating who on campus, so, like, it's not a big deal. But, like, I mean, every now and then somebody from outside campus might come into the campus. And I'm like, what? So, a lot of people are still trapped in the old mindset, you know, like, that hasn't really gone away since like slavery and before the civil rights era. Because, I mean, just because like we have new laws and whatnot, that doesn't really change anything socially, because, I mean, it's the same people, you know, they just have children and teach them the same values. So, at Millsaps, I think the main difference is that, like, it's an agenda here to try to promote diversity. So even if people are sort of the same in some aspects, it's still, I guess outside of Millsaps, people don't want to talk about it, but at Millsaps, it's encouraged to talk about it.
Name's Brittany. I'm from Cutoff, Louisiana. Sophomore English major with double minor in Women's and Gender Studies and Business Administration. We were working together on the same committee for the diversity spree to do advertising. Since it was only the two of us, we ended up spending a lot of time together, so yay Cheryl! Jackson's not nearly as bad as my hometown is. If my dad would find out I was dating someone who wasn't black, who wasn't white, especially if it was someone who was black, he would be so pissed that I don't even want to think about what would happen. So Jackson to me is really quite liberal. We haven't had anyone tell us anything to our face. We get a couple of dirty stares every now and then, but most of the time it's somebody just doing like a double take. It's not like a bad stare, but we do get dirty looks, mostly from older white men, like in their 50s and 60s.
So, I mean, so how is it just walking around on campus, the two of y'all? Is that ever...
That's not awkward at all. It was awkward at first for us because, I mean, like, I had never formally dated anyone before him, and same goes for him. So we're kind of really worried about we were really worried about what Cheryl would say, because we'd both been knowing her for a year. You know, she likes to joke with people, but we didn't have any problems. I mean, people were coming up to us still, like, a few weeks ago and saying, y'all are just so cute together, and, you know, stuff like that. We didn't have any problems. I mean, lots of people were surprised, but it was no bad reactions. I think it's more so because, like, everybody interacts with each other and doesn't really care. Not so much that we have a diverse school population, but just that we're more so on the intellectual level, and, like, you could be purple and we could still be talking because we're probably going to be focused on academics of some sort. We're not going to be focused on networking according to race, or, like, our Greek system isn't so obsessed with remaining pure and only having blonde girls or only having skinny girls. For the most part, they're not obsessed with that. And that's what helps. Like, I mean, we're more so academic oriented and not race oriented, so that might be why we have more racial interactions.
There's not a change unless you have contact with those people who are different. You cannot get rid of stereotypes if you don't know someone who's different from that. So I always say that it's very important for people to know difference, and for everyone to who are unlike me to know me.